What's going on, everybody? MileHigh back with another video, and today I've got a Town Hall 18 Legend League attack strategy for you guys. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys drop a like. If we hit 100 likes in the first 24 hours, we will be giving away a gold pass. So the army today is going to be using meteor golems primarily. We're going to be doing a short royal champion charge just to set the funnel, and you're not even going to recall her. You're just going to let her go down with this particular army. We're going to be using a troop launcher. I've got a super yeti in there, but you can also bring another meteor golem. That's completely up to you. So for equipments, I've got the spiky ball and the snake bracelet on the king, the action figure giant arrow on the queen. We've got the eternal tome rage gem on the warden, and the haste file and the electro boots on the royal champion. So let's go hop in our first attack, and I'll show you guys how this works. Alright, so obviously you're going to start off with your royal champion charge. So for me, on this particular base, I'm going to drop her over in the corner, and she's going to path in like this. And I don't know if she's going to go down to the monolith or the multi-gear cannon at this point. So I wasn't 100% sure, but her job for sure is just to get this compartment. Anything more than that is just icing on the cake, because all I'm trying to do is get that side of the funnel set. And then after the royal champion does go down, I'm actually going to drop 2 furnaces on this corner, and their job is to go clean up this trash, and it'll also pull the clan castle out if the clan castle gets pulled by the RC. And the furnaces paired with a poison spell can deal with pretty much any clan castle in the game by themselves, so that's why it's going to be really good. And then all we're going to do is just drop everything else right here. And then we're going to use our queen to cut off the funnel. So we'll drop her down here somewhere, either on the dark elixir drill or that mortar. And we'll shoot her a giant arrow. And all that's doing is just cutting off the funnel. And then we'll drop our king out here on the outside corner. And his job is to walk around the outside of the base with his snake bracelet and keep the funnel tight. So that's basically all there is to it. Then you have an overgrowth spell. You're just looking for a good place to use that. I usually like to use it on the revenge tower. It just kind of depends on the base layout. So that's all there is to it. We'll get rid of this drawing. Press play to show you guys in real time how this is executed. So we'll drop in our royal champion. And I'm going to use my invis spells on 6 seconds. So at 56, 46, and then sometimes I will double cycle them depending on if there's a lot of incoming damage, because I don't want my royal champion to go down, obviously. So I'm just going to let her get this value quick. We're going to get that expo, and we're going to get that fire spitter for sure. And if we can get in and get that multi-gear cannon and that monolith, obviously that's just icing on the cake, because it makes the funnel even tighter, as well as taking out a lot of value. So we use her haste file there, and we're easily going to get it. Once I saw that she was going in there, I was hoping we could path towards that revenge tower. I didn't notice the Tesla out here, so unfortunately we're not going to get it. If we could have gotten that revenge tower too, that would have been insane value. I didn't even really need that last invis spell. Really wasn't that important, but we drop our 2 furnaces out here. They're going to start cleaning that trash. We didn't get the clan castle pulled on this particular attack, but most times we do, and the furnaces do so good at dealing with that on the outside of the base. So we get our ice golem in, followed by everything else. We use the queen on that dark drill to cut off the funnel. Works perfect, because she'll join up with the main army now, and our king will walk around the outside with his snake bracelets and do work. At this point, you're just going to keep sprinkling in your 4 totem spells as you're entering into the base, because you want to save your warden's eternal tome as long as you possibly can. So this time we actually have to deal with the clan castle with our main push, but that's fine. We'll just poison up. We were able to get the enemy queen and the defending clan castle in that poison, so it was really high value. Our troop launcher throwing in troops, which has wall breakers in it, which is opening up the walls, which is really good. And then we also have balloons in there to help protect our healers. That way our healers can make it to the end of the attack. It just makes your survivability so much better. So as you see with the overgrowth, we hit that inferno and that revenge tower. The revenge tower does work. So usually I'm waiting until just about when that overgrowth is about to wear off to hit my warden's ability, which as you see is exactly what I did there, because that revenge tower does insane damage. So you got to make sure you have something protecting your troops from that. So we're going to 2x through this now, because at this point there's nothing left for us to do. We do have a king ability. Usually I'll just let that go to auto ability, unless obviously he's still healthy at the end. I'll hit it to make sure we get buildings cleaned up on time. It does take a little bit longer, because obviously the meteor golems aren't that fast and you're using a short royal champion charge, so it's not the fastest attack. So I do like to try to get started as early as I possibly can. But as you see, we're coasting through here. I hit the king's ability there, skips through the last few defenses. We take out the ricochet cannon. The queen's going to step around and take out the storage. So as you see, that base was absolutely crushed. It's a very powerful, very simple attack strategy. So let's go hop into another one. Alright, into attack number 2. The bottom side was pretty dangerous here for the entry, so I decided I was just going to go through the town hall and use my totem spells through that core and just try to finish off on that back side of the base. It is a little bit risky, but in Legend League, I've started kind of pathing in towards the town hall initially. Now with it not being a defense, you run into a lot bigger 1-star risk if you end on it. It just seems to happen more often. So I've started in Legend League pathing through the Town Hall more often, but that's completely up to you guys, obviously. Whichever you prefer, that's personal preference. If you want the more risky method where it's a higher percentage at a 3-star, you can go from the opposite side, but then you also run the risk of a 1-star. So again, it's up to you guys. And you see, this time we actually got the clan castle pulled, which is perfect. So you'll be able to see how these furnaces work. We'll pull them out, and then we'll just use our poison spell. And though the troops can never make it to the furnaces because they just keep spawning those fire spirits, so the enemy CC just kind of ends up sitting in place and does nothing. And you see, they're just going to sit there repeatedly and get wrecked by the furnaces, and they're actually going to go down pretty quick, as you can see. I'm actually letting that go down because I need to make sure I take out that storage. So we're going to get our main army in now, and then we'll wait and we'll use our queen down here to cut off that funnel. I'm probably going to use it on the bomb tower. No, I did use it on the storage because I didn't really care actually if my queen went outside with my king this time. So we're pushing our main army in through the town hall. I should actually overgrowth that fire spitter right now, but obviously while I was doing the attack I didn't quite notice it because it's way outside the base. I actually did use it in the core though, because that's going to be taking a lot of damage off of us because we're going to be ending on that back side, so it probably was actually the best move. It just sucks that we're taking so much damage from that fire spitter, but look, our furnaces are actually taking out that fire spitter. I don't think it's going to be enough for it to go down. Unfortunately, it was pretty close though, because obviously the fire is going to keep burning it. Yeah, it's definitely not going to go down. We use our rage approaching this core here. We're out of totem spells. As soon as that overgrowth wears off, we hit our Warden's Eternal Tome, and as you see, look how much damage we are protected from right now. We're getting hit by basically every major defense in the entire base, but they can't do anything because of our Warden's Eternal Tome. So we end up gutting through that core. Our king doing a good job down here on the outside still. He's still got his ability intact as well, and we're going to speed through this because at this point, again, there's nothing for us to do. The king's ability does trigger on its own. We get through the multi-inferno, get through the multi-archer tower, get through the expo, and this base is crushed. As you see, we still have quite a few meteor golems alive. We still have 2 completely full health heroes with our healers. That's why it's so nice to have the balloons in your troop launcher. They do a really good job protecting your healers throughout the entire attack. So let's go hop into one more, and I'll catch you guys there. Alright, into the final attack. I'm probably going to path through the monolith here just because it's very accessible. Obviously, the monolith is a heavy-hitting defense, so we want to get that out of the way if we at all can. And we're coming in behind the fire spitters too, so I'm hoping to at least be able to get one of the fire spitters down. That is the goal of this Royal Champion charge. So we're just keeping our Royal Champion invisible again. We'll just 2x through this because obviously everyone knows how to do an RC charge at this point. There's really nothing to it. Fortunately, our Fox does die. But we're actually not going to get a Fire Spirit. That was pretty unlucky, but we do get the Revenge Tower, so that's even better, actually. And we get the Dragons pulled, so we can deal with the Dragons out here with our Furnaces and our Poison. Now I'm just trying to decide which way I want to come in from. And we did actually end up getting one of the Fire Spitters down, which was perfect, so now I can path in behind this other Fire Spitter, and we don't have to worry about them at all. Again, just sprinkling in our Totem spells. We used our Queen to cut off the funnel. King to go around the outside. We overgrowth both of those Ricochet Cannons in there. I was trying to hit one of the Super Wizard Towers, as you see. Barely missed it, so that wasn't that good of an overgrowth, but it's alright. It's not going to matter in this attack. I should have honestly just waited and used it on the scatter shot in the Super Wizard Tower. But we're coasting through nonetheless. We hit our King's ability. Skips through that massive Tesla farm. We're just going to 4x through at this point, because at this point we're just waiting again. Look how many snakes we have spawning. That's insane. Queen's still alive. Super Yeti just went down. We have some of our Troop Launcher troops still alive. We have some Meteor Golems still alive. Queen gets healed all the way back up to full because our healers survived the entire attack, and we crushed the base. So as you see, it's a very powerful attack. Let me know how it works out for you guys in the comments. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next time.